At 2 p.m. on September 16, 2021, something very strange occurred at the White House. During a speech, US President Joe Biden talked about wealth inequality in the country and how it was just not fair. He blamed the issue on the nation's billionaires, saying it was time for them to pay their fair share and that it was their fault this problem existed in the first place. Like they were the ones holding the majority of the country's wealth. And this magic spell led almost everyone who heard it to believe these words. But like almost all magic, it wasn't really a spell in reality. It was nothing more than a straightforward illusion. And like all illusions, this one was created to hide something. And in order to find out what, we must look closer at the magician and expose the hidden dark truths that he was concealing. In just a couple of years after the world shut down in 2020, planet Earth experienced the biggest transfer of wealth in history. Workers all around the world lost a combined total of $3.7 trillion in wealth, while the global economy suffered significant damage. However, the economic fallout of the crisis seemed to favor a small group of people in our society, while screwing over almost everyone else. The world's billionaires increased their combined wealth by $3.9 trillion, which led some to claim that this wealth transfer was economic theft committed by society's wealthiest members. An article expressing these opinions went viral and was shared by millions of people worldwide. But in reality, inflation is the true economic thief. And this is how it steals money from under your nose without you even realizing it. But before we head on laying the facts on the table, this video is sponsored by this amazing book, Love, Empathy and Project Management. Want to begin as a project manager or entrepreneur? This book is for you. And the link is in the description. Now, people's spending tends to decrease in difficult economic times. However, because the economy depends on money flowing through the system, holding back on spending is bad for the economy. To encourage people to spend, governments simply print more money. And because the economy has been so dire over the past 2 years, many countries have produced more new money during this period. However, each time they do this, you get poorer. To illustrate this, imagine that there is $100 in total money that exists in our economy. But that during a crisis, your government prints another $10, adding that to the money supply, making it a total of $110. The money supply has increased by 10, but the economy hasn't grown by 10. The same number of goods and services are still available, but there is now more money trying to buy them. When that happens, each dollar that exists loses some value, which in turn makes everything around you cost more. This is inflation in action. You might think that inflation is affecting everyone equally, but it actually isn't. Because what is bad for us is actually very good for the people at the top. It's not directly stealing your money, but it is actually making your money worth less, right? As of right now, inflation in the United States is almost at 9%, which means that if you would have put $10,000 in a bank account a year ago, it is actually worth about 9% less than it was. Because everything around you is now 9% more expensive. However, the rich aren't affected by inflation because they have assets like houses, lands, stocks, businesses, work of art and other valuable possessions. But where they really benefit is that most of the time, as cash loses value, more and more people use their money to purchase real assets as a hedge against inflation. This increases competition and demand for assets like real estate and drives up their prices in the real world, with sometimes staggering results. The rules of inflation are rigged to benefit the wealthy and screw over the poor. For instance, inflation was around 6% in Australia over the past 12 months. But at the same time, the average price of real estate increased by 25. The value of assets goes up much more than the rate of inflation. If you don't own assets, inflation will make you poorer. If you do own assets, inflation will make you richer. However, who is responsible for setting the rules of this unfair game that rewards only the wealthy? Before we answer this, did you previously know about this evil thief? Let me know in the comments. The world has spoken about how they intend to address this issue. In Canada, the Prime Minister has blamed tech giants for the extreme wealth inequality his country has been experiencing. In Ireland, the President spoke about how human beings cannot flourish in places where there is a great division of wealth. And I've already mentioned about Joe Biden's speech, which placed the blame for the serious issue squarely on the shoulders of the wealthiest members of the society, which don't even care about it. These are just 3 of the many world leaders. When an economy is having trouble, printing money can help to increase the flow of money. More money means more people are spending it. Therefore, the ruling political class of any country is what makes inflation feasible by allowing it in the first place. This temporarily stabilizes the economy, which explains why governments everywhere use it. But it's only a temporary fix that will inevitably lead to bigger problem inflation. It's like treating the disease just based on the symptoms, nothing more. It works for the short run, but what happens when the disease worsens? But it isn't like the billionaires are not guilty. A lot of greedy billionaires use others for their own personal gain. And even worse, there are billionaires who lobby governments in order to pass laws. But here's the thing. In a race, if one person is given a really fast car as compared to all others, fast enough that no one even stands a chance against them, herein, we shouldn't go on blaming the person who is driving the car, but the one who gave him the car. The real culprits are trying to divert your anger towards someone they want you to believe is the cause of the issue, when in reality, they have been right in front of you giving speeches, reading from the teleprompter. Their words will be directed toward billionaires, and that's no surprise. That's their magic of manipulation. But keep in mind that all magic tricks involve only deception, and don't fall for them. So yeah, with this we come to an end. Now you know the evil thief. Oh sorry, chief. If you got something new to learn, don't forget to like and share this video. And for more such intriguing content, if I have one, subscribe to our channel. We'll meet you in the next one. Bye bye.